It's 9:01 a.m. We'll call the meeting to order. Yeah, he made me nervous. Well, I was already wrong.
There's somebody one at 9:01 a.m.
We'll
Clear like a week left.
Yeah, I know.
declare a quorum. This morning, Tom Washburn is going to offer a word of prayer. Thank you for being here.
Heavenly Father, I do want to ask that you be with this court, with this commissioners, and with this county. Father, I ask today that you give this group wisdom as they discuss the business. I ask that you provide them with opportunities that can help not only the county, but help the citizens to be able to live the life that you've called us to live. Father, bless them. Give them peace. And in areas where there's conflict, Father, show them your will. God, be with us. Again, I ask for your blessing. I ask for your blessing. We thank you for the rain. Continue to send us more. It's in Jesus I pray. Amen.
Thank you very much.
I need to run straight and get my paper if you don't.
Much rain we have.
Continue.
It's like 2.5, maybe nearly 3 feet.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, surely it came up. I would imagine it's. We're waiting on Sharon. She needed to go get something. Now we can start.
Now, it's fine. Carry on.
She was sharing with us, wait on her.
I did not know. Well, good.
Now we can continue.
I get coming.
You okay?
Yeah, I just can't see how the paper put you back.
Next is citizens' comments, and I'm not aware of anyone who signed up to speak. Is that correct? Minutes of the meeting from May the 8th, 23. Clerk circulated those last week. Everybody had a chance to review them.
I move we approve the minutes of May 8th, 2023.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve those minutes as prepared. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There's none. Treasurers and auditors report. Treasurers should be before you, I believe, yes.
Yeah, it is. Just a regular monthly or weekly report. Investment report is later.
It's late on this one.
There's nothing
Nothing changed.
on the regular report.
Employee changes, sheriff's department.
Good morning, everybody.
Martin.
Sure.
I've got two changes. One of them's gonna be for part-time jail visitation clerk. Recently hired Ariel McCoy to replace Danielle Alcorn at a rate of $14 per hour, not to exceed 29 hours per week. The next one is gonna be a jailer position, hired Julie Kilgore at the rate of $38,000 per year, replacing Darby Adams at the same rate. That's the only two that I have on that. I do have the jail report.
I'll make a motion to approve the employee changes in the sheriff's office.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the employee changes in the sheriff's department. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Currently have 153 inmates, 6 of them contract.
What county are those contracts?
Quick count. Don't blank there for me. And San Saba occasionally.
Employee changes in the tax assessor and collector's office. Good morning.
I have two. My chief deputy is retiring, so, moving Autumn Watson to her position as the chief deputy raise that would make her at 37.5. And then, a replacement employee, Serena Diddy, at the starting pay of 33,000. Both of those effective June 1st.
I move we approve changes in the tax assessor's office.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that we approve those changes. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Sharon, are you ready to do your presentation?
I have purchased property fraud alert for my office. And this is, of course, unfunded, but I thought it was worth it. And what it does is for the citizens of Brown County that when you file a document in my office, believe it or not, there's a lot of fraud going on with land records. For instance, someone sold a lot at the lake, say, for instance, and did you get one? And say, okay, you give me 20,000 for this lot. And so this guy gives him money for the lot. And then come to find out, that lot didn't belong to that man, and that man skipped town. So that lot belonged to somebody else. So therefore, it's fraud. So now, if you file a document in my office, a deed or any kind, that transfers property, you can sign up, and it's absolutely free. You can sign up on my website to be notified if something has been filed in your name. And you can sign up as many times as you want to under different names, like I'm Sharon K. Ferguson, but my name was Harris before that. I could sign up under Sharon K.A.Y. Ferguson. I could sign up under K. Ferguson, Sharon Harris, Sharon K. Harris, or any way you want. It's absolutely free to sign up as many times as you would like. And if there's any document that transfers property, then you will be notified by a text, I believe. I'm not sure exactly how you'll be notified because I haven't started it yet, but it will be on my website. You just click on it, sign up, and it's been a very positive, has some very positive feedback. Like I said, it's unfunded. It's $8,000 for my office to do this. And it's a $2,000 maintenance fee because they have to access all of the documents that I have somehow. And we're not integrated with NetData, so it's a little bit more difficult. But I thought it was worth investing in. I have a fund, records management, that I can take that out of. And I believe that it is worth it for the citizens of Brown County because it's just getting worse and worse and worse, the fraud out there. And, I just want to share that with y'all. So, and I will be making it, more public as it happens. I've already signed the agreement. So just keep looking at browncountytx.org is our website, and under the county clerk, and it should be there, fraud alert in red letters on the first page when I get that done. But I just want to let y'all know that that was coming, and I encourage you to utilize it because you just don't ever know nowadays what's going to happen with that. So, and that's all I have. And I've also started e-recording, and that is a big deal because you can sit at home and record your documents. And that was free too. It's not free for the person, of course, filing the document. You have to pay a little bit. It's through, I have one e-recorder. It's called CSC, and you just go through them and e-file it. And it's a big change for our office, so I think it's worth it. I think it's what people are wanting nowadays. They don't want to come in. Everybody wants to do everything sitting at home or on their phone or on their computer. So I just felt like it was something that we needed to do as an office. These two things were my priorities this year, and I'm getting them implemented now. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. That's all.
So how do you, the e-record, is that also through the website?
It's through a different website. It's called, it's called CSC, and you just access CSC. It's not on the website because I just started and I want to kind of work out the kinks before I advertised it.
Okay.
But I will be adding stuff to the website, and it's all through the CSC, not my office. We just receive the documents. The money comes through ACH, and we get it the same day, the next day, and it makes the bookwork a little bit more difficult. But like I said, that's just where everybody's e-recording now, or trying to.
So I'm assuming like all the local title companies.
They can all do it.
But they know about.
And it's only for the title companies, attorneys. It's usually not for an individual that wants to do it, is my understanding. There's certain criteria. And when I get that up on the website and I get it all together, it'll make sense.
Okay.
Hopefully.
All right. Thank you for the presentation.
You're welcome. No, it's just, I just want y'all to know about it so we can get it out in the media, with the fraud alert, because I think it'll be a very, very good thing. And probably e-recording too, but, I will get, that on my website as soon as I can. Or just in the starting stages.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Under new business, consider and take appropriate action at approving a memorandum of understanding between Brown County and the Texas Agricultural Extension Agency for future use of the extension office.
We appreciate the floor. I want to introduce Mr. Marty Gibbs, District Extension Administrator from San Angelo. He's essentially going to try to answer y'all's questions. Okay, y'all have it?
I think you'll have a copy of it. Nice to see you all again. Appreciate the opportunity to be with you for 115 years. AgriLife Extension has operated in cooperation with county commissioners courts across the state of Texas. This is not a contract. It's a memorandum of understanding. It's basically kind of outlines what extension is and that relationship between the county government and AgriLife Extension. So that in the future, if you get new employees, new commissioners, new judges, they can kind of take a look at this. In the past, all we've relied on is Title 42 or Section 42 of the Texas Ag Code. And then you gotta go look that up and find it. But this is basically a simple memorandum of understanding between AgriLife Extension and the County of Brown and how we operate. And I'll be glad to answer any questions.
I think it's easier for everybody to understand this is basically an interlocal agreement
There you go.
between the AgriLife Extension Service in Brown County.
Probably
They're
better.
calling it a memorandum of understanding, but we normally call them interlocal agreements.
There you go.
So,
Probably better word.
I mean, everybody knows what an interlocal agreement is. So it's the same thing.
So this one ends on August 31st, 2025. We're already in this time. I just want to make you aware of.
We can renew these annually, we can renew these every 3 or 4 years, whatever is your preference on that. I mean, I can come back at any time and just renew it.
Well, I think it goes without saying that, and I believe I can speak for the whole court, that we are be thankful and appreciative of the relationship with the AgriLife Extension Service. You know, we love our local employees. We think they're doing a fantastic job. I think that's one of the few areas that we rarely hear anybody complain about.
That's good.
Because we hear a lot of complaining about a lot of things, so we rarely hear people complain about them.
Well, we appreciate the support of the Brown County Commissioners Court and the people in Brown County for the last many years that, and you do have a very good staff here that work hard and do everything they can to promote AgriLife Extension and 4-H program here.
I know some places have a lot of turnover. We're lucky we don't have turnover.
That's because you take really good care of it.
So we appreciate it.
What action was required on this?
Well, we're gonna approve the memorandum of understanding.
You know, Scott, has recently lost a local county resource.
Yes, big time.
Botanist, biologist, Jack Stanford passed away. And, recently, I don't know, a month or so ago. And you could call, I could call, anybody could call and explain a plant, what it looks like, or send him a photograph. And Stanford could tell you what it was. And if it was sick, he could tell you how to treat it. A tree, plant, anything. Marty, you knew that, right? So, I know Scott will probably have to be sending photographs
Oh,
and
I've already started
explanations
sending
to
Far and wide.
A&M now instead of calling Jack.
Yeah, Scott looked pretty smart there for many years because everybody was sending to Scott.
Oh, yeah. It was Jack, the one that was,
The brains of
the
the
brains
operation.
behind it.
All right, does anybody have any questions, concerns, comments? I'll entertain a motion to approve this.
I move we approve this cooperative agreement between Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service and Brown County.
And just so the record is clear, that's beginning September the 1st of 2023, ending August the 31st of 2025.
Actually, it says 2022 here, it's 2023.
I just wrote the change in.
Yeah, we can change that then.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? There's none. Thank you very much.
Thank y'all. You bet. Appreciate it.
You can get that phone out now that identifies the plant, take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Consider and take appropriate action to seek approval from Frontier Communications for EID numbers. Is Sam here today? Okay. Well, I guess we'll pass.
Well, we did it last year. Here's your,
We got the paperwork.
Oh, we did, here we go.
this is some stuff that Gary printed out this morning.
Here.
Gary, I gave him all I had.
You have it in front of you, Judge.
There you go.
Trying to. Got it all over here.
I'm not sure about the charges, or we paid both of those, you know, any idea?
don't know the
I don't know
difference between NRC and
MRC, yes. I know Sam was talking about, buying 500 numbers from Frontier, and then they were ours forever. Whether we use Frontier for telephone service or not. But I'm not versed enough in it to
There's supposed to be numbers in
know
succession.
anything else.
Up 500 numbers in succession, I believe, main prefix.
Too, why don't we come back to that? Okay? Let's take up some,
That's fine.
and then we'll, and then I'll try to get him on the phone here in a minute.
He's in Mills County this morning. At commissioner meeting.
Justin, do you know anything about the destruction of the hard drives? It's popping up on the agenda. I know this is all of the hard drives that were in the IT office when they took over.
We've already done all those. These are some more that they found
Okay. Okay.
around in different places. Because it's, 44, 24, some, there were hundreds of the others. So this is in addition. You have that? I know that's, that we initially did, I don't remember the number, but there was a great lot of them. And this is, some additional ones that were found.
Does anybody have this? Does anybody have any, strong feeling about,
I didn't see the amount you're talking about. So the total to do this is $3,072.60 is what I'm saying.
We got it in there.
I figured, here you
I
go.
got it.
So I gave him all, I gave him all. You got my gold best back.
Turn it over. Turn it over page.
I gave him my stack all together, he didn't have it.
you don't want to consider that, take that up now, or do you want to do that and pass that and consider that when you've had a chance to talk about it?
Gotta be done. Gotta be done. We never attended.
$3,000.
Okay, so you want to make a motion?
Is
Sure.
this,
She'll do it for a lot cheaper than that.
is this C, item C?
This is item C, yes.
ARPA or?
I move we approve the hard drive destruction by Goldsmith Solutions in the amount of $3,072.60 from,
I mean, all the IT funds have been extended, and so most of the stuff is hanging out.
Whatever is your pleasure.
Do we have money in IT right now? You said, I couldn't hear what you
Whether or
said.
not it's already been expended for their services.
Well, we're fixing to do that.
I'd say the ARPA fund.
That's the budget, that's all what we're talking about in the real estate, correct?
Okay. It's been moved that we approve the proposal to destroy hard drives pursuant to a schedule, and we can give the media a copy of that. Looks like 68 drives to be destroyed, and then another 131, 44, 144 other types of media for a total of $3,072.60. Any further discussion?
How do they destroy those things?
They've got a machine, I think on the second page it explains the destruction process.
First, they erase them,
They erase them,
and then it's like a paper shredder, but it's not a paper shredder. They run those hard drives and disks and everything through. Or that's my understanding of it.
All right,
And then they're recycled.
all in favor, say aye.
I seconded it.
Didn't you?
Who seconded it?
He made the motion, and then you seconded it, didn't you?
Yes. Okay, I did. Yes, he said I did.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Consider and take appropriate action to reappoint Bart Johnson and Bert Massey to the Brown County Hospital District Board of Directors. This is a 2-year appointment and their appointment expires, actually, I believe last Friday. And so I have talked to Bart, and he conveyed that he and Bert both wanted to be reappointed. So I'll entertain a motion to approve that.
Well, I move we reappoint Bart Johnson and Bert Massey to the Brown County Hospital District Board of Directors.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Consider and take appropriate action take appropriate action to change or amend the regular meeting dates of the Brown County Commissioners Court for September and October. So I'm proposing that, or you want to explain the proposal?
Doesn't it need to be August
August
and September
Yes.
instead of September and October?
Yes.
Okay. There's several dates that have to be met in the budgeting process and it has to be done at a regular scheduled meeting. Can't be a special call meeting. So
We're basically.
And this is-
deadlines.
yeah.
Deadlines and.
this is all, I guess, mandated by the state of Texas legislature, state of Texas, that these things have to be done. It's the new, I don't know, budgeting process, acceptance, where if you go over a certain percent of capital, what they call it, Shane? You can't go over 3.5%, I believe, of what it was last year, without having voter approval. And that's why they're setting dates in there that you have to have certain things approved by this date, so you'll have time to call an election.
And so all of those dates that you have to have certain things done by, those actions have to be done in the regular meetings rather than special call meetings. So you avoid the situation of kind of a special called meeting that's kind of at an odd time that nobody knows about. It has to be done in a regular Monday morning meetings, so that way the public knows what you're doing. And so we're just we're just gonna make August and September, every Monday in August and September is gonna be a regular meeting
Instead of the second.
instead of the second and fourth. So that way we,
What did you just say? That every Monday?
every Monday in August and September is gonna be a regular meeting.
Okay.
What about Labor Day?
It's not a meeting day though. Every meeting day.
Yeah, whatever, be it following Tuesday, whatever, with all the meeting dates.
Yeah,
In those 2 months.
not necessarily every Monday. Every meeting, Brown County Commissioners Court meeting In August and September will be a regularly scheduled meeting.
You got that?
Every Monday will be regularly scheduled meeting.
Well, yes. Let me,
In
well, I'll tell you
August
what,
and
let me
September.
just go ahead and tell you, just so we're perfectly clear. Every Monday during the months of August and September, with the exception of September the 4th, will be a regular meeting of the Brown County Commissioners Court.
Will we meet on a Tuesday on that? Yes.
If we need to,
If we need to, we need to call it, that's part of it.
21st, 28th, August. 11, 18, 25th, September.
instead of September 4th, it'll be September 5th.
Makes sense.
Good.
You're good?
I think so.
Okay, good.
That
And so
doesn't
that's
make
a form of a motion by somebody. Commissioner Worley made the motion.
Second.
Second.
Or no, I'll give it to you. But anyway,
Commissioner Trawick seconded. Okay, so we all know what we're voting on. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There is none. Consider and take appropriate action regarding the scheduling and planning of county budget workshops. No, it's about that time that we start thinking about the budget process. I envision that the budget process this year will be radically different than in previous years. I don't think we've done, well, I'm not gonna criticize anybody in the past, but it just needs, I think it needs to be done differently, and it needs to be updated. And so traditionally, how we've done, we've created a budget, or not we, how the county has created a budget traditionally is, you take last year's budget, you give all the department heads last year's budget and say, do you want to do anything different next year? And then some say no, some say yeah, some say I want more money. Those people who want more money then come during a budget workshop and present kind of their position of why they want more money. And so I would like to change that process. Also, traditionally, the auditor's office has created a proposed budget for the coming year. And I don't think that's what the law requires. I think the law requires that the county judge prepare a budget for the coming year. And I've been here 25 years, and I've never known the county judge to create a budget in 25 years.
Correct, because I don't want to.
Right. And so I think that that's just part of the job of county judges to create a budget. And so I'm gonna create a budget and file a proposed budget, and then we'll start having our meetings. Now, the reason I wanted to put this on here and is because the creation process of the budget, and Joel heard me say very many times on the campaign trail, the term zero-based budgeting, that sometimes caused him heartburn. Did it?
yeah,
A time or two.
yeah.
And so what I envision is me creating a budget instead of the auditor's office. And what the process I'm gonna use is zero-based budgeting rather than starting from last year's budget and and working off of that. Now, all of that to say, I'm asking the commissioners, how much do y'all want to be involved in that initial phase, if at all? You may not want to be involved at all. Some of you may want to be involved, some of you may not. Everybody's invited to. It's just if we have 2 or more commissioners, then we're going to need to post those agendas and have budget workshops. Whereas if we don't have 2 or more commissioners involved, and I just do it on my own or with 1 or 2 people, then we don't have to post those. Does that make sense?
It remains to be seen, I guess, what we do.
Okay,
If we're
well, I tell you
starting-
what-
I say we start the process and then we'll see what you
Okay,
got.
that's
going. I reserve the right to speak.
and that's a great plan. And so, I can start the process, and at any time y'all wanna jump in, then we'll just post it. I will tell you this,
Yes.
okay, I will tell you this, that when I start the process, it will be, most counties are the counties that I'm aware of, that the county judge creates the budget. It's typically done kind of, I hate to say in private, because that sounds ugly in open government. But I mean, it's department heads and the county judge sit down and meet and go over their budgets. I would much prefer that to be done in a public setting. And if somebody wants to come and watch, they can. I doubt they will. But if somebody wants to come, and so I am going to make sure that the media, and we'll move this lectern one of these days so you can see what's going on. So, knows that we're going through that process, because I think the public needs to know that. I mean, it won't be posted because it won't be a meeting of the commissioners court, but at least we're gonna publicize that, hey, we're gonna have some meetings with department heads. If somebody from the, wants to come, they can.
I'm still going with.
Publishing as a workshop, so.
No,
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 well, what I was thinking, I'll just tell you what I was thinking.
okay,
If any of the commissioners wanted to come, they could, and it's be published. If just one wanted to come, well, that's still okay, because it's still published.
right,
But if two wanted to come, it has to be published.
right.
See what I'm
Sure, sure. The problem you run into, if you just say, we're gonna have a budget workshop all day next Tuesday, and you post it as a workshop, if there's not a quorum, then you can't have it. If you post it, if you post,
I see where
Yeah.
you're at,
and so I would be afraid to post it as a workshop of the commissioners.
and then not have to.
And then not have a quorum, that's right, and not have two commissioners, and then then you can't have it at all. And so,
We can go over what you come up with.
well, yeah, because, yeah,
In a regular meeting.
right. See, usually when we start the budget process and y'all get the big packet, you're still gonna get that. I'm just talking about what goes on before that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the end, you come up with the numbers. And then that's when we hash it out in
Right.
that 2 months.
That's exactly right. And that's why I'm wanting to get started a little earlier, so it gives me. So it's just, I'm gonna be working on what comes to you.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna bring it to you instead of the auditor bringing
And
it.
then if one of us decide we don't like what comes, and then we
Well, I'm sure
go
you-
over it.
I'm sure that's exactly what'll happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just, yeah, and then we work that out.
Right, right. This is just all of the, what goes on before it gets to you.
This happens a lot in the state of Texas. I mean, this hadn't happened in Brown County.
Right.
There's judges that's been doing this for long.
Right. You're right. Okay,
As long as you leave it,
fair.
as long as we have time enough to go over it and.
Well, there's actually by statute, it has to be, the proposed budget has to be filed, I think it's July the 30th. And then you have all of August and September to do your magic. I think there is a date, we haven't always followed that, but there is a specific date that the county judge has to file the proposed budget with you.
Yeah,
And I
and
think it's July the 30th, I'm not for sure.
there's also a date that the proposed, or the budget and tax rate has to be done, and that's 72 days before the November election.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that puts it back into August somewhere.
Yeah, but if you have it by the end of July.
Yeah.
You have time to do all that.
Right.
And then that's why you have regular meeting dates for August, is
Correct.
because you get it at the end of July.
Correct.
Okay? So we're all good?
I think
And so we can
We'll see.
start the process, because we can all,
Yeah, we can start. the
You
process.
start the process.
January 1 if you want
if you wanna, anytime you want to say, hey, I wanna, from this point forward, I wanna have workshops of the whole board, we can do it.
I'm gonna try, but I'm just, you got me nervous.
It's okay.
Not that I
It's
don't
kind of
like,
my
not
job.
that I don't like change,
Yeah.
I'll just make sure you're on something. sure something silly doesn't happen. In my opinion, which it may be different than yours, but it'll all work out, we'll be training today.
Okay.
But, while we're talking about, but we need to have a set of date, though, we all have to sit together, and talk about, we have to sit down and talk about our art. We gotta do that, we need to do that before we start the budget process.
I'd love to do it next week.
We're gonna have to sit down.
Don't you think we need to do it sooner rather than later?
Later.
I think the sooner you get that hashed out.
Well, y'all get your calendar.
Time to spend that money.
That's right. Y'all get your calendars out. Let's pick a date. for
Is there
having
gonna
a-
be any kind of a motion on that item that we
No.
just talked about?
No.
Just put no action,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Let's just consider it to take appropriate action, but, on the, I don't have what it says, but
Okay.
we haven't set any dates.
Today's today's the 22nd. So next Monday is Memorial Day.
Correct.
And so sometime, you want to do it later this week? Or do you want to do it sometime next week? What do you think? Tuesday of next week is the 30th. Y'all want to have a workshop on next Tuesday?
Are we having a regular meeting also?
We either need to meet either,
No,
Ma'am?
we need, not a regular one, but we need to meet on the fifth. We can't go till the 12th to pay bills.
So we'll have to call a meeting to pay bills on the fifth, but we can meet next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday
For basically for a budget.
for a budget workshop regarding the ARPA funds. Is that good? All right.
What time?
Thank you for bringing that up. 9 o'clock?
Just go ahead and do a 9 o'clock meeting.
If we get enough of the end of the month bills, can we go ahead and just pay bills then?
no, not a workshop,
Okay.
We could start.
not in a workshop.
We could start a meeting and then reconvene to a workshop. I don't know, like whatever works.
You got some bills you need paying?
We will before
Bills.
the 12th. We'll have plenty before the 12th, because that's when the next scheduled one is.
The next scheduled meeting is 12.
June the 12th.
Well, we'll talk about that on the 30th, y'all. 30th.
You better have a meeting.
That's what I'm saying. We'll either have to, we'll have to meet the 12th or 5th,
Have a short meeting to pay the bill.
Let's talk about June 5th to do that.
That'll work.
unless we have a whole buttload then we'll, but I guess we'll just see how the week goes. And let you know.
Just let us know.
Okay, so we're gonna have a budget workshop on the 30th, beginning at 9 a.m.
And I know we had all these requests, we can recall what all they were and try to compile all those.
But we can't take any action, right?
That'll work combined.
Huh?
Can't take any action in the workshop.
No, that's what, we're gonna come up with a plan for prioritizing our request. Okay, payment of bills,
I've got a question on one that Justin's fixing to answer.
That is a repair on a chipper that Larry brought in for, he can explain
Thanks
it.
for finishing up with the repair of the old. And from now on, it's all he.
Right. That's what my question is.
Yeah, I know.
Larry bought a new chipper. Joel bought Larry's part of the old chipper. And repairs on those two chippers now are your precinct's responsibility.
After that,
After they get it fixed. And when I bought it, they were still in the process of using it.
Okay, that's my question.
Yeah, he's in good working condition, he got it.
Yeah, and you still got some problems. It's
He
gonna be out now.
got
We
it.
were just talking about ordering parts for it.
That's the last.
I got parts ordered right now, and when they come in, they're mine, it's on me.
My question was this
But that's 4,000.
it's on the.
$5,899
Road
on the road and flood?
flood.
That's what I was wanting to know.
Bills.
And that's fine.
When that bill's paid,
It's going back to individuals, yeah.
That was my question. Thank you.
Fair enough. I don't blame you for asking that one. I might ask the same if it'd been you.
That's right. And
But it was dead when we were trying to make this, and it took them longer than they're supposed to. They should have already been together, and they're still, well, they still got one. This year we got it, but they still got a leak. They should warn you that. So next Tuesday. Nominate.
Okay, so somebody want to make a motion on the bills?
I move we pay the bills as presented by the auditor.
Second, been moved and seconded that we approve the schedule of bills that has been provided by the auditor this morning. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? None. Please. Brown County Investment Report.
All right. We have you should have the report in front of you. And it's for the first quarter of 2023. And it takes, I have to read the stuff. Anyway, the total, I guess total interest that was paid to Brown County in the first quarter was $109,977.40 on I don't think each of those 3 months had 20 million. Had a beginning balance of $10,398,186.94 and a ending balance of $20,615,686.94 and a total interest yield of $109,977.40. So we did pretty good in the first quarter. And the statement is Brown County Investment Report for the first quarter of 2023. The undersigned Commissioners Court of Brown County, Texas, hereby certify that Ann Carpoon, CIO and Treasurer, Gary Worley, CIO, Commissioner Precinct 1, presented the Brown County Quarterly Investment Report ending ending March 31, 2023. The report is accepted as presented and presented on May 22, 2023. And I move we accept this quarterly investment report.
Anyone have a second? Second. It's been moved and seconded that we accept this and approve this quarterly investment report. Ms. Carpoon, do you have anything you want to add to that?
No, it's just that our rates are very good right now, and hopefully it'll continue for a while.
I hope so. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Do you have any additional business or comments they want to make prior to an adjournment?
Judge, what about item B that you were gonna come back to?
You can call it.
Item B that you were
We
gonna
already
come back
passed that
to.
last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. We can take a break and I can try to get a hold of him, or we can come back. What's the pleasure of the court?
Why don't we recess for a minute and see if you can get a hold of him? Like Mr. Felton said, we've already passed on it at least once.
2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll take a 5-minute break and then we'll